folks at the Del Rivers Show. I'm guest host Mark Elliott here with the living legend of Rochester, New York comedy, Mr. Del Rivers. And first of all, I'd like to start out by apologizing to all of our fans for the pilot episode, which just went out on YouTube last week. After review, was sorely lacking in production values. And I do apologize. We strive each and every day to do better work here.
I think the power just went down a little bit.
Yeah, I've been getting some flickering of power here, and now we got a lighting crew, and we got people back there working with us. And I take full responsibility for all the problems of, the last production, which was basically bad camera angles.
Thank God you took responsibility.
My head got cut off. I wound up being the Wing Biddlebomb of guest hosts here. But forget about that. I'd like to give a shout out to all our fans in Tokyo, Japan. Arigato gozaimasu, Tokyo.
Yes.
Dal tells me we do have possibly in the hundreds of fans.
At least on the internet, yeah. I believe
dozens.
So. I don't have the exact numbers.
We don't have the exact numbers, but we know that we have Japanese fans, and we're really happy about it. So this one's for you guys. Keep watching. We have more to come. However, I must say, if you are a member of the sarin gas cult, stop. Stay away from the sarin gas. It's very bad. And American fast food.
Is it like a gas company, or what is that? Sarin gas cult?
Gas company. No, it's they dropped nerve gas in the subway.
Oh, okay, right.
You remember that?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I lived in California, I used to have a gas company that had a weird name like that. The Sarin Gas Company.
The Sarin Gas Company. Jesus Christ. The shit you come up with. This is why I'm friends with this guy, because it just never ends, really. Honest to God, I've known you for years. You're one of the very few people that can make me laugh for unknown reasons, really.
You gotta keep in mind, though, it's not a bottomless well you're dealing with.
Right. That is immediately apparent to me. We are also actively seeking investors and venture capitalists here at Henbane Productions. Possibly some Japanese investors for the comedy stylings of Del Rivers. We got some stuff I agreed not to say any more than in pre-production. Is that right? That's right. As far as we're going to go right now. We have working titles, but that's as far as Del is comfortable with going at the moment. But stay tuned. It's something to look forward to in the future. And like I was saying, this guy, for some reason, he makes me laugh. I don't know why. Maybe
well, you make me laugh.
You just that's true. We make each other laugh. But I was thinking last week, you're getting a little shaggy in the head, and lo and behold, he says, "Oh no, I got this haircut."
I kind of overdid it.
Yeah, he looks a little bit like Alfred Molina, I thought, but he doesn't know who Alfred Molina is.
Well,
so.
now I know. Now that you mentioned,
can we get a little bit of
Law and Order?
Can we get a little Orson Welles impression from you?
You're making me laugh too much.
That's too much. Okay, maybe later.
Nostradamus told us that Del would look like Alfred Molina next time he appeared on.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. We've gone too far.
I tried.
We've clearly gone too far. But I wanted to make reference to an interesting little conversation I had with Del the other day. And things pop up. Like he says to me, Mussolini sounded like a kind of spaghetti or motor oil or olive oil. Then you said, put it in your hair after using it in your car.
Isn't that a great idea? You can use it in your car or put it in your hair.
Gives you a little idea of the material that comes along like this.
It looks like you used a little Mussolini on your hair.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking of getting a haircut. Usually I keep my hair short. And if I don't slick it down, I start to get comedy hair. If I let it grow now in the summer, I begin to get comedy hair. And
I thought I was the one with bad hair.
If I let it go, it gets kind of frizzy, and the humidity frizzes it out. And my brother-in-law once told me, get a haircut, you look like Einstein.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
it's like way out.
That's the direction it begins to go for me. Then you were telling me about some website.com, will not be named, which helps people raise money.
Oh yeah, it's an internet thing.
I was talking about investments, and you said your friend has a band, and he's trying to raise money out there. And I said, how much does he need to raise? And you said $29,000.
Right.
And I asked how much did he raise, and without a blink of irony, he, over the phone, I could hear him shrug and go, like, $60.
Well, since I last talked to you, he's actually jumped from $60 to like $300. So
you listen to stories from this guy, and you'll try to follow, and he'll take you in some kind of circle that will give you a feeling of deja vu. It's a little unsettling. I call that Dell logic, or possibly Delgic.
Dell Logic.
Oh my God!
It sounds like a new computer company or something. Dell Logic.
Dell Logic. I didn't think of it.
Well, yeah, I was thinking. I don't mean to think of the computer company.
That's one L, not two.
Yeah, it's a different number of L's.
Yeah, I don't want to get into any kind of legal imbroglios.
I don't want a name that rhymes with hell.
I was going to ask you if you have any beef this week. Usually Dell has a gripe or a beef.
I mentioned a couple things, didn't I? There goes our light.
There are lights. Okay, folks, this might be a good time to take a little commercial break, let you hear from one of our sponsors.
Sounds
while
good.
we try to consort with the lighting crew.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're back. Little lighting problem. One of our main lights gave out, but
did the guy quit or what?
Yeah, a bit of a union difficulty here at Henbane Productions. Yeah,
going for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, our studio time is limited. Okay, we were just about to get to Dell's gripe. Dell always has a beef or a gripe. Usually, he starts in on something when he comes over here. Like, we'll be coming up the stairs right away. He hasn't really had a bad gripe the last couple of weeks. He was worried about a potential gripe. Are his parents, his elderly parents, inexplicably getting a dog? Is that right?
Yeah. The dog story hasn't finished yet.
It hasn't finished yet?
They haven't officially got the dog yet.
How old are they?
In
the 70s or something?
Yeah, something like that. They're stuck in the 70s.
That was telling me he was sitting around watching Deliverance with his elderly parents.
Yeah, Deliverance was on last night. Of course, everybody knows the Ned Beatty scene. And I had to literally explain it to them just to make sure, they knew what was going on.
Oh, God.
I guess they've never seen Deliverance or something.
At this point, for me, this segues into a part of the show I like to call Memory Lane with Dell. And we usually go back and I talk about some nonsense from 25 years ago when we were roommates, Yeah, that's where the real comedy gold is mine.
It's gold.
But more recently, it was a couple years ago, it was at my dad's funeral. You met my family, and you said to me, "Oh, what a nice family. You want to trade?" So I then became curious, and I asked to see photos of your family, which you then refused. And frankly, to this day, I've never seen photographic evidence that he has a family. I've only seen stories. They could be entirely made up, a fabrication, a confabulation on his part. I wouldn't put it past him. The man's capable of anything. In the past, you used to talk to people at parties, and they'd come up to me and ask, "Is that guy for real, or is that an act that he's putting on?" I said, "No, he's 100% honest in everything. Yeah. There's no real bullshit with you. It's just 100%.
Well, if you want to see family photos, I can bring them over.
Yeah, and I kept asking, and he refused to show me any. He just kept saying, "No, believe me, you don't want to." And I said, "How bad can it be?"
Get some on the internet.
I said, "How bad can it be?" And he said, "You know the picture of George Washington on the dollar bill? I have an aunt who looks like George Washington in drag."
You better be careful. I only have like 3 aunts, so it's got to be one of them.
You think she might catch the show?
No, hopefully she won't catch it.
I don't doubt it.
But,
Oh, God.
It's all up to perception anyway.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Back on track. Funny thing happened to me today. I'm sorry, not today, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
My sister came over with my nephew. I have an 8-year-old nephew. He's a funny kid. And kids are just born comedians. This kid is sharp. And it just came from swimming, and he had a haircut, so he was all full of himself. She sat here. He sat here. I was over there by camera. And he's bouncing up and down. And she says, "Why don't you tell Uncle Mark how many laps you swam today?" And he, without blinking, he just looks at me, he points, he goes, 30 laps, you suck. Yeah, classic. And the first thing I thought was, I can't believe the kid got away with it, but it was funny. He had me peeling. My sister was almost agog.
Yeah.
You know, her jaw
they
was
just like say it around the time. You know, like they tell, you know, they know where to put you.
It was pretty funny. The kid
30
laps. 30 laps, you suck. And then he just sat back. He was laughing hysterically and hysterical.
Nice. Now you gotta challenge him. You gotta like do 31.
Exactly. So I guess that's it for this episode of the Del Rivers Show, and I hope you tune in for the next one. We got a next one coming right up.
Well, there's some comedy and some surprises. A few things coming up.
I don't know.